Hi, I'm Brian DiGiano, and the next drink I'm going to make is one of American classics called the Old Fashioned. And the Old Fashioned, the term cocktail, back in, like the late 1800s, early 1900s, was defined as any drink, any spirit mixed with sugar and bitters. That was it. So it wasn't the broad range of the term cocktail, broad range of mixed drinks that we think of today. It was a narrow set of rules that the drink had to follow to be called a cocktail. And the way the Old Fashioned got its name is probably someone went into a bar and asked the bartender to make a whiskey cocktail in the Old Fashioned way. And so it basically a whiskey cocktail, which means that a cocktail with a spirit, sugar and bitters, the spirit being whiskey. And it was originally based with bourbon. And today I'm going to be using wild turkey. Wild turkey works really well in an Old Fashioned because it is distilled at low proof and bottled at high proof. It's 101 proof bourbon, so it works well with the dilution in the Old Fashioned. It just has really complex, full body flavor to it, which makes it really a good bourbon for the Old Fashioned. You can use any premium bourbon, but here I'll start with Old Fashioned glass, rocks glass, something like this. Put in about ½ ounce of sugar syrup, and here I'm using brown sugar syrup, just the extra flavor of the molasses. Works well with the bourbon, I think. And then the Angostura bitters I'm using, 3 dashes. I like the bitters. And then I'm going to put in some orange zest. It just gives another characteristic, another complexity to the Old Fashioned. It's really good, really nice. Okay. All right. Spray the zest in there. And then start with half of the bourbon. And the reason I'm starting just with half of the bourbon is to get the sugar dissolved into the liquor. And if you don't do that, it just kind of won't taste right. So you want to make sure you get it incorporated into the drink with the bitters and the zest before you add the ice and continue to chill the drink and dilute it. Add the next half. Each half of this is an ounce. Actually, I'm going to add ice next. Not completely filling it. The next ounce. And then just stir. The Old Fashioned takes quite a while to make. And even the original Old Fashioned called for the use of sugar cubes. And it takes a really long time to dissolve the sugar into the drink. And it's much easier just to use sugar syrup because it's already dissolved into the syrup and it just mixes much quicker. And you just keep stirring until the flavor is balanced well together and it gets cold enough and the dilution brings it down to just the right amount of dilution. And you just add some more ice. The Old Fashioned is very fulfilling, wonderful drink for the bartender, and also should be for the drinker, because it's very simple and yet very complex in flavor. And it's one of my favorite drinks with bourbon, because just I like the process, I like making it, and I like the taste. It's a wonderfully balanced drink. You should taste all the flavors, the zest of the orange, the bitter from the bitters, the spice, as well as the smoky and sweetness from the bourbon, the vanilla and oaky tones. You should taste all that. It should all come through. Give this a taste, see how it's coming. It's coming along quite nicely. Just needs a little bit more stir. Maybe a couple more cubes of ice. This is probably about right. Perfect. Then I'll just classic garnish on here. Actually, it was a flag, which is an orange slice with a maraschino cherry, but I'll just put the maraschino cherry on there because I already have the zest of the orange in the drink. So that here is your Old Fashioned.